Kpop Demon Hunters case study anchors Luminate's APAC music insights at All That Matters. A case study of Netflix's global hit Kpop Demon Hunters anchored Luminate's latest APAC and Global Music Insights session at Singapore's All That Matters conference, where the entertainment data company unpacked how transmedia hits ripple across music, film, and TV. Scott Ryan, Executive VP, Commercial at Luminate, opened the presentation with toplines for the first half of 2025. Global on-demand audio streams rose just over 10% to 2.5 trillion. With expansion driven largely by markets outside the US. Most Asia-Pacific countries, from India to Indonesia, delivered above-average double-digit growth in the first half of 2025, while Australia and New Zealand tracked closer to mature market levels. Premium subscription activity continued to lag the global average but posted strong gains in Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, and Thailand. Japan alone now accounts for nearly a third of premium streams in the region. India remains heavily ad-supported, with 85% of streams in that category, suggesting untapped growth potential for paid subscriptions. Asia-Pacific's premium streams grew overall by 15% plus, Ryan said, highlighting South Korea and Japan as leaders. On export power, South Korea, Australia, and Japan remained among the top 10 countries globally, while Thailand jumped 3 places year-on-year, aided by the cultural halo from The White Lotus Season 3, which boosted listening for Thai talent including Blackpink's Lisa and Carabao. Ryan also flagged continued activity around music rights valuation. Verified market streaming remains a core signal for financing mechanisms ranging from catalog acquisitions and private credit to asset-backed structures, broadening access to funding for independents, not just superstar catalogs. The Kpop Demon Hunters case study underpinned the session's transmedia theme. More than 2/3 of the soundtrack's on-demand audio streams come from outside the US, with Asia-Pacific and North America making up the majority. Netflix has dubbed the series in multiple languages, including Korean, Japanese, Mandarin, and Tagalog, extending its reach across regions. New Spanish and French versions of breakout track Golden have each cleared 5 million global streams since release, and the show's audience skews markedly younger and more female than typical anime, evidence of crossover pull between K-pop and animation. Luminate's takeaways: audiences worldwide continue to embrace new content across platforms. APAC's premium adoption and export capacity are climbing. Financing options tied to streaming performance are widening, and cross-promotion across TV, film, and music, centered here on Kpop Demon Hunters, is unlocking fresh demographics and discovery paths. Luminate is an independently operated company owned by PME Topco, a PMC subsidiary and joint venture between Penske Media Corporation and Ildridge. PMC is Variety's parent company. Kpop Demon Hunters directors on Oscar chances and a possible sequel. Maggie Kang, the creator and co-director of Kpop Demon Hunters, has said she is excited for the potential for more stories involving animated girl group Hunter x. Speaking to the BBC during a visit to Europe, Kang explained that while there was nothing official we can talk about, she and co-director Chris Applehands believe there's definitely more we can do with these characters in this world. And whatever it will be a story that deserves to be a sequel, and it will be something that we want to see, she added. Kpop Demon Hunters has become a cultural phenomenon this year, overtaking Squid Game as the most watched title in Netflix history, with more than 325 million views. The animated film tells the story of a hugely successful female K-pop trio, who play enormous concerts at the same time as trying to save the world from evil forces. They end up locked in battle against a boy band called Saja Boys, who are made up of demons. The film has broken record after record. A sing-along version released in cinemas in August became the first ever Netflix film to top the US box office. Its music also topped the US singles and albums charts, becoming the first soundtrack in history to have 4 songs simultaneously in the US top 10, something not even Saturday Night Fever could achieve. The film's anthem Golden, sung by Hunter x, has spent 8 weeks at number 1, tying Sugar Sugar by the Archers for the most time at the top of the charts by an animated act. Could the Oscars go golden? There is now a real belief that Kpop Demon Hunters could be set to slay the Oscars. Critics have loved the film, which holds a score of 95% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, the online review aggregator. The influential Gold Derby Predictions website now has it as the favorite for the best animated film, ahead of Zootopia 2 and Elio. The title alone is obviously Oscar bait, laughs Chris Applehands, the American who is the other half of the directing duo. We tried to do something new and it was really hard, and I think we're really proud of how it came out. But if people are going to reward that, that would be awesome. The other category where the film should be a strong challenger is Best Original Song, where the rules state that any film can only enter 3 numbers. Netflix have already stated that breakout hit Golden will be included for Academy consideration. But what about the other 2 slots? I Think Your Idol is such a banger, says Kang about song the Saja boys sing while feeding the souls of their audience to the evil overlord Gwimar. We're so proud of the song, but also the sequence. We cheered. We were so proud of it. Applehands, however, is Team Hunter OX, opting for what it sounds like. The finale was such a technical challenge, both in songwriting and storytelling, he explains. To make a song that was the climax of your movie, with a lot of moving parts, but was also an actual cathartic song. Kang concurs. It's the one song that every time I hear it, I just cry. It's very emotional. No room for soda pop. I question about the Saja boys Awam. Maybe we could get 4, laughs Kang. We'll just submit then all, joins in Applehands. Summer of success. Applehands can pinpoint the exact moment back in June when he realized they had a hit on their hands. It's literally 2 a.m. the night after the film came out. I'm on TikTok and in the comments section they are perfectly articulating Rumi's emotional journey. He was overjoyed that the fans were already engaging with film's main protagonist on a deep level. Kang, who was born in South Korea and moved to Canada aged 5, places the breakthrough moment as slightly later. We were able to connect with our core audience, which is the K-pop audience and the animation fans, and that demographic took to our film very quickly. But it was the 3rd week when the trajectory of the graph of viewership really changed. We were like, whoa, that was weird. And we could see through our social media all the different pockets of demographic that were connecting to it. Kang believes that the fans have been crucial in film's all-conquering rise. They are an age group that loves to make content. And it was kind of like free advertising. They were just spreading the word of this movie everywhere. I think that helped it develop these long legs. The film's success continues to grow. 4 months after its release, it was still the most watched film in 19 countries last week, including the UK and US. The Kpop stars Ray Amy, Audrey Nuna, and EJAY, who provide the singing voices for Hunter OX, have appeared on both Saturday Night Live, in a skit with Bad Bunny, and gave their first ever live performance of Golden on Jimmy Fallon's US chat show. We were so bummed that we weren't able to be there at Fallon, says Kang in a rare moment of non-total positivity. We were asleep in Paris. Just to see him speaking to our girls was so weird. It now feels more real than ever. I'm just so proud of them. One thing the pair would like to clear up is that they do not believe that their film should be classified as anime. I don't think we are big enough anime fans to be that inspired from it, explains Kang. The anime we like are very old school, like Cowboy Bebop and Sailor Moon, referencing 2 Japanese TV shows which originated in the 90s. Applehands agrees. I think it was a flavor. I think we were influenced by a lot of Korean filmmakers and K-dramas. It was part of a wide spectrum of tones that we wanted to hit, but not the dominant one. No live-action adaptation. They are also quick to rule out rumors of a Kpop Demon Hunters live-action adaptation. Kang wants to kick that idea into the underworld. There's so many elements of the tone and the comedy that are so suited for animation, she says. It's really hard to imagine these characters in a live-action world. It would feel too grounded. So totally it wouldn't work for me. For Applehands, it is an ill-conceived idea. One of the great things about animation is that you make these composites of impossibly great attributes. Rumi can be this goofy comedian and then singing and doing a spinning back kick a second later and then free-falling through the sky. The joy of animation is how far you can push and elevate what's possible. I remember they adapted a lot of different animes and oftentimes, it just feels a little stilted. No matter what happens this awards season, Kang says their expectations for the film have already been more than surpassed. She surmises that the aim was to connect people and bring them to Kpop. Just seeing people bond over this movie has been so wonderful, she reflects. So all the awards would be great, but I think we feel really incredible about what the movie has done already. So it feels like we've kind of won in a way. Kpop Demon Hunters is a top Halloween costume, And Asian kids are loving the representation. Jean Wang, a Boston-based fashion blogger, was so excited when her daughter said she wanted to dress up as Rumi, the purple-haired protagonist of the Netflix blockbuster Kpop Demon Hunters, that she decided to go all out with a DIY costume. Wang and her daughter Nori, 7, said they feel proud that such a popular costume, Kpop Demon Hunters looks are already a top pick this year, is rooted in Asian culture. I remember, growing up, the struggle at Halloween to find a costume that felt me, Wang said. It's definitely refreshing and exciting to see the costume of the year, for people of all backgrounds, being a female Asian character. Due to the film's late summer release, big retailers have scrambled to mass-produce Rumi's purple wig and gold-black jacket and the black hanbok made iconic by demon heartthrob Jinyu. For Asian Americans, the runaway success of Kpop Demon Hunters is another watershed moment for representation in pop culture, parents and experts say. As children no longer have to look primarily to Pixar or Disney princesses for costume inspiration. But dissatisfied with the costume she found online, Wang got a crop jacket from Zara and refashioned it with gold stripes, then bought purple hair extensions and braided them herself. A hair tutorial video she uploaded on Instagram quickly went viral. Nori loved the outfit for the demon-slaying leader of 3-member K-pop girl band Huntrix so much she has worn it every weekend, Wang said. My daughter is definitely aware that the characters look more like her, she said. But at the end of the day, Rumi is a brave, talented and fierce character who also shows vulnerability in a very relatable way. Ella Pereira, 11, says she was lucky enough to take representation to the next level. She's the actual model for Spirit Halloween's Rumi costume. As a Filipino-American girl from New Jersey, Pereira said she feels proud to see herself on screen and in pop culture. She said she'd already watched the film Kpop Demon Hunters about 1 billion times when she got the booking call. I feel very grateful that they made a movie about people that looked like me, Pereira said about playing Rumi. I feel lucky to play Rumi because not a lot of people can do that. Young-A Jung, an assistant professor at George Mason University who teaches modern Korean literature and pop culture, said one factor behind the mass appeal of Kpop Demon Hunters might be the complexity of its central characters, Rumi and Jinyu. Global teens and youth groups with complex everyday lives might no longer want to see clear-cut Western-style heroes, Jung said, adding that the movie's exploration of the shame that K-pop idols feel, and their efforts to hide their pasts, is particularly resonant with fans. Kpop Demon Hunters also presents a remarkably realistic portrayal of contemporary South Korean life and landscape, interwoven with Korean folklore and mythology. The depiction of shamanism and the Grim Reaper is very concrete, she said, and the everyday life of eating ramen and kimbap is very correct. The characters and their outfits are themselves rich with symbolism. Jung pointed out the double meaning of Saja, which signifies both lion and dead people. In the movie, Jinyu's black hanbok and gat, a wide-brimmed sheer hat, were historically the formal wear of Confucius scholars, she said. Later, the look became incorporated in folktales as the attire of Grim Reapers. Even the film's animal characters, the tiger and magpie, are inspired by Korean folk painting. Since the movie draws so heavily from Korean traditions, marketing the characters' outfits simply as trendy Halloween costumes can risk diluting their cultural importance, said Nancy Wang Yuan, a sociologist and culture critic. You don't want these traditional garbs to become associated with demon wear, she said. You don't want to see traditional clothing be co-opted and diminished by Hollywood. Some parents say their children were simply enthralled by the bright, pop aesthetic of the movie and too young to understand its layered cultural references. Jessica Castañeda, 27, began looking for a Rumi costume for her daughter, Casey, almost as soon as they watched the movie together. Castañeda said Casey, 5, quickly introduced her friends to the movie, and soon they all wanted to dress up as Rumi, Zoe, Jinyu, and Abby. Last month, Castañeda planned a Kpop Demon Hunters themed birthday party for Casey that featured Shin Ramyun and Soda Pops. The soundtrack was what hooked her, Castañeda said. The songs are catchy, and she wanted Rumi's hair. PCCW Media's The Season with Crazy Rich Asians producer lands at Hulu, sets international sales launch at MIPCOM. Hong Kong-based PCCW Media has locked in Hulu as the US home for its 6-episode drama The Season, a collaboration with SK Global. The deal, finalized earlier this month, comes ahead of the show's international market debut at MIPCOM, where Fremantle will shop the title to buyers worldwide with support from Demayo Entertainment. Viu, which commissioned the project, retains rights across its 15-market footprint and will stream the series as original programming. More from Variety SK Global, the production company behind Crazy Rich Asians, Thai Cave Rescue and Emmy-winning Delhi Crime, partnered with PCCW Media to develop the series. The drama unfolds during Hong Kong's summer social season, centering on an affluent group whose carefully maintained facade begins to crack when an outsider enters their world. The show promises a visually lush exploration of wealth, loyalty, and deception set against the city's harbor culture. Leading the ensemble is Jessie Mai Lee, known for Netflix's Shadow and Bone, alongside Hong Kong cinema veteran Karina Lam, a 3-time Golden Horse Award recipient. The supporting roster includes Chris Pang of Interior Chinatown, Justin Chien from The Brothers' Son, and Yvonne Chapman, who appeared in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Selena Jade and Toby Stevens round out the principal cast. Additional players include Rising Star of Asia Award 2025 honoree Ki, Lee Jae-yoon from the second season of Physical 100, and competition series winner Lyman Hyung. Hong Kong pop idols Anson Lo of boy band Mira and Ma Fiao from girl group Collar make guest appearances. We are thrilled to have the season stream on Hulu in the US and to partner with Fremantle for international distribution, bringing this intriguing and riveting emotional ride to a global audience, said Janice Lee, Managing Director of PCCW Media Group and CEO of Viu. Developed in collaboration with our production partner SK Global, the series immerses viewers in Hong Kong's pulsating energy through stunning visuals, ensuring the show is both authentic and relatable to a global audience. Chloe Dan, Executive VP and Head of Television at SK Global, added, "The season is a story with truly universal appeal, and we are thrilled to collaborate with Hulu to bring it to US audiences." As SK Global continues to expand its footprint across the world, this series represents the kind of distinctive, premium storytelling we're proud to champion on a global stage. Behind the camera, creator and executive producer Yaluan Tu brings experience from Amazon Japan's My Undead Yokai Girlfriend, which he co-created, along with writing credits on NCIS, Hawaii and Wu Assassins. Chilean filmmaker Marieli Rivas, whose recent work includes The Jetty, directs multiple episodes and executive produces. The producing team includes Lee and Agatha Lowe representing PCCW Media, while SK Global's contingent consists of Dan, Matt Aragachi, and Dylan Tarasun. Best of Variety.